Not one, but 2 Nintendo Directs are supposedly coming this month. It's been crazy and we have to talk about it. Block content. What's happening, my Blocked buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. And yes, it's a doozy this week because we're going to be talking about 2 Nintendo Directs supposedly coming to us all in February. Yes, all of this news is actually corroborated by different kinds of users on the internet. Zippo and also Sabi goes into the detail a little bit. So I really wanted to take the time and talk about this because there's 2 Directs coming. It could be a Direct very specifically aimed at a franchise, or it could be a general Direct that talks about pretty much everything that we know and everything that we love about Nintendo. So we really have to kind of dissect this and get the details just right. Well, there's a lot to cover here, and even Sabi's comments here are very interesting. And of course, we also have to talk about that crazy, cool, wonderful 101 Kickstarter that now already reached its goal and is like crushing records right now, and it's doing really amazingly. So I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. You know, what do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making videos on YouTube? Whatever you can think of, send your questions through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in one of our next Question Blocked episodes. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win one of these Super Mario surprise capsules. There is a toy inside, Mario character, maybe a Yoshi, an item, something like that. So I keep them close so you find out what's inside when you win. I'm giving away 4 of these and a lot of other cool stuff. So like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content right now, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway. All right, guys, let's get into the main topic of today. And I first want to thank everyone down at the Blocked Content Discord and Facebook group because you guys are so sweet sending me this information right when it breaks. So Zippo here, a member of Reset Era, actually posted some very interesting stuff, and this was first found out by @Nixie, so posted about this and actually translated it just says exactly what this message says. So thank you so much for sending it to me. Zippo, the member, says, "All right then, might as well let it out. There's 2 Directs this month. You've already guessed what they obviously are. Not sure of the timing, but that February 20th stop lines up for Animal Crossing. Please don't flood me." And of course, all the flooding kind of happened here because that's what happens when you have inside information and you're telling people that are very much awaiting all this inside information. Well, we don't really have to guess all that much because he already mentions Animal Crossing in this message. Yes, I think that if there are 2 Directs coming, then it most likely will be a general Nintendo Direct, but I think the very first one of the 2 will probably be Animal Crossing because you want to get that out of the way. You want to get people very excited about that, and you know, also talk about all the different things that are coming to Animal Crossing that we don't necessarily know all that much about. I mean, New Horizons, it looks like an incredible game. There's a lot to do there, but yeah, maybe don't save that for the big Nintendo Direct that is talking about the entirety of 2020 and maybe even beyond that if we're talking about potentially Breath of the Wild sequel coming in 2021. But yeah, the idea of Animal Crossing having its own Direct is also very interesting for diving into the details a little bit more. I mean, the leaked little creatures, the images of these awesome villagers have actually been making the rounds online too, so they probably want to introduce you to a couple of these cool villagers as well. So there's a lot here to be excited about, but I think they really want to either get it out of the way first or, yeah, not have it tied up with the Nintendo Direct because there's probably a lot more info that they want to be talking about in their general Nintendo Direct. So why is Zippo to be believed? Well, there's a lot of different reasons. Zippo's always said things around this Nintendo leak sphere. We've commented about Zippo before, but there's also this other interesting tidbit that actually, yes, trusted leaker and journalist Sabi at @new_wabi-sabi on Twitter said something about this and actually called him a reliable friend. So Sabi goes on to say, "A reliable friend of mine, Zippo, is claiming that there will be 2 Directs this month for obvious reasons." Now, I don't really have to state the obvious reasons, but to me, it pretty much means the obvious reason for an Animal Crossing Direct is the game is coming out really soon, and we know about the basics, we know about what the game is about, but there's a lot of details that we don't really know about, and also, they just really need to get in there and market that thing a whole lot more. I mean, a lot more people need to know about this because it does look incredible, but I don't think that E3 did the game any favors. I think it looked kind of bland there, and there's probably a whole lot more that makes the game a lot more exciting than just walking around and shaking trees. I mean, if the other Animal Crossing games are to be believed, there's a whole lot more that can transpire on those islands, so I'm very excited about that. So the obvious reason for Animal Crossing is one, but the obvious reason for the other Nintendo Direct is, of course, every beginning of every year, we get a Nintendo Direct. In February was, 2019. People were waiting for a very long time on that, and of course got very sad when it wasn't January, but instead February. And the same has to be happening this year, or maybe even later at March, but that's when we'll get really sad, right? We really want that Nintendo information to come to us very, very quickly, and I feel like February is just the right date to kind of give us a little feel of what is coming in this year. Is it ports? Is it other kind of information? I really want to know, and if we are to believe Zippo and even the quotes that Sabi here says, like a reliable friend of mine, that means a Nintendo Direct might be around the corner. And would it be the Animal Crossing one first, or would it be the big Nintendo Direct second? Well, we might know a little bit more information about what this all could entail, and a certain little release that could be in that Nintendo Direct, because a person that we've talked about before, the Marco Maro, actually tweeted out something very interesting too, and this person, of course, called a whole lot of things like Terry, like other characters, Byleth in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and of course there's no real way of verifying that, it wasn't among a lot of other tweets that were since deleted, but this actually did totally transpire, and Byleth was at least completely correct. So Marco Maro on Twitter, the @newMarcoMaro, says, next week, so many leaked things, finally we'll get the official status. Niche and RPGs are the best two words to describe what's gonna happen. And we are up to another busy summer like 2019, and then a sun emoji, which I will get back to. But the idea here of saying the official status for some leaks, well, there's only one thing that can make leaks official, and that is making it official themselves, Nintendo talking about them in an official Nintendo Direct video presentation. So yes, even Marco Maro here goes on to say that this February, and maybe sooner, so maybe next week, yes, as early as next week, that could all transpire, and we could actually be seeing a Nintendo Direct dropping as soon as somewhere in the next week. Of course, this week has just started, so we have to wait a little bit more on that, but I mean, the idea that we might be getting two of them is totally crazy. Now, talking about those two keywords, right, niche and RPGs, I think that it's very interesting to talk about those two specifically, because I think there are a lot of niche RPGs, but that final emoji at the end of this tweet, the sun, of course, gets people in a frenzy about, please don't do this to me, right? Don't give me hope. The sun for, of course, Golden Sun. So a lot of people are saying maybe a Switch Golden Sun might be coming, or a port or a remake of the very first game in the series. A lot of people are very excited about that because, of course, it was very formative for the Game Boy Advance. It was an incredible game with insane graphics for the time and a very cool story. I mean, it's one of my favorite games on that platform because it was just so well realized in its own thing, with its own musical themes and its own way of doing the combat and the crazy cool 3D style. So I definitely think that if you want to update that and take it to Nintendo Switch, I mean, we already have Isaac in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Definitely there is some love there. So could it be coming? Could there be a renaissance of Golden Sun? I mean, I would be extremely excited for something like that. So hit me up. And then, of course, also there is a very fun information piece here too that corroborates a Nintendo Direct coming this week or coming next week. But yeah, basically saying, yeah, no general direct this week. Sorry, y'all. Of course, by Zippo. So clarifying some thoughts about what other people might have commented on, right? So the idea that we are not this week getting something, but next week in a week's time, that also is along with the information that Zippo is giving here. No general direct this week. Sorry, y'all. So could it mean a general direct next week, or the Animal Crossing direct this week or next week? So all of this is extremely fun and interesting to talk about because it kind of gets your head in a spiral. So finally, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who was very excited about Wonderful 101. And of course, thank you to the team at Platinum Games because you are actually doing this thing. And it was totally funded already. I mean, it's so exciting that we are going to be getting Wonderful 101, like the remake or the re-release or a better version on Nintendo Switch. I can't wait to play it. And I just wanted to say I'm very happy that you decided to make a Kickstarter, and we reported on that yesterday before it broke. broke. I'm super thrilled that you guys did that and that we might potentially be playing it this year. So yeah, I want everyone to kind of donate if you have the money, and we'll be talking about a whole lot more in those spheres very soon. So thank you guys so much for sending in your comments. It's always super fun to talk about all things Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm very curious what you guys think of all of this news of today. If you comment down below, you could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, of course, do you believe we will be getting a Nintendo Direct as early as next week? Well, let me know. As for our previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from Hubert Spithold, saying, "Hey man, have you heard about the Mario Kart 9 leak? It's not confirmed, but Sabi, a pretty credible leaker, said that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will not come out this year, but rather next year. And this holiday, something will be released relates to tires, hopefully Mario Kart 9. And he also said that Paper Mario will return to how it was in 2020. And later he confirmed Paper Mario." Yes, Hubert actually made a video about this, so I'm very, very excited about this. And since then, yes, Sabi has come out and said, yeah, Paper Mario definitely happening. So I am extremely excited about this news. I mean, the idea of getting a brand new Mario Kart game, hopefully like building upon what they did in 8, because that was everyone's total favorite Mario Kart game, and it just did so much for the series. Now I just want more characters, maybe crossover with other Nintendo properties, and definitely a lot more customization. I mean, look at different games in the kart racing genre, and they're somehow always kind of a little bit ahead of Nintendo, even making your own tracks and stuff like that. I mean, that won't come to Mario Kart 9, but I feel like they need a whole lot more options for players. So that is what I hope for. And of course, a lot more retro stages. I love my retro stages, and I'm of course extremely excited about Paper Mario. That's how this channel got its footing, right? Paper Mario Color Splash news. So we will definitely, with love, do more information and more videos on a new Paper Mario game if it were to be coming out. So thank you guys so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to get through. And of course, a huge shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and you guys doing the super chats during our live streams. You guys make block content absolutely possible. So if you want to have yourself created in pixel art, or join us for a live Skype chat, or even have your own video ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, where there's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and they're waiting for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit the subscribe button right now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun that you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you around the corner, where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!